go. Let's see if everything's working here. Going online. Yes, that works. Fantastic. Okay. So that was weird. Everything is okay. Like, hey, watercolorist, welcome. So, oh, this is the wrong one. That's the one. Air quality measurements are all good. So, nothing going on there. Well, thanks for joining anyway. But it was that, like, ammonia has a very, very particular smell, and you know, just the start of smelling that is enough to just make sure everything is clean before I started sitting in this space again. But yeah, that was. It was a bit weird. I changed everything that, you know, to make sure that that thing doesn't turn off anymore if I go live or if I turn anything else off. Safety first, but that was new for me. So what I'll do is I'll start washing this first. While that's washing, in the meantime, I can do other things as well. When it comes to sound quality, these lives really suck. But you know, safety first. And as I was wondering, like, why do I only hear the kiln now and then, and not like the continuous sound of the ventilator. So I have this prepped. I use this one for it. This one's clean and it's big enough. Let's make sure it's fully clean.
Actually needs one that's a little bit. So can I manage? Yeah, I can manage. Gulfship, welcome. And that's okay. Thanks for joining.
wet now. I'm cleaning one of the cobalt violets, which was a little bit grey-ish, as in this. This one is more vibrant than this one. It's a little bit cooler. It's a little bit more to the blue side, which can be explained, but I think is a little bit unfortunate because I actually wanted to lean a little bit more towards magenta. But this one, it was quite dirty because of the non-reactive stuff that has been that was in there, and it should dissolve while I'm heating it, which I'm doing right now. Then I need to fire it once again. Also, I had to quit my live. I went live before today, but I smelled a faint smell of ammonia, which was because the ventilation of my kiln didn't turn on, or actually turned up when I went live. So yeah, I'm doing this. I have another version which was fully bubbled, almost sintered, but bubbled over the crucibles, and I'm cleaning those out outside at the moment. So yeah, it's this is just part of the process. But this one is this one that actually I'm really pleased with the result. Yeah, it was like you probably rewatched that live, or at least rewatch the a second of it to see what it looked like. It wasn't the most pleasant surprise when I opened my kiln this morning, since it also went off the base plate and it went on the side of the kiln itself, on the inside, which I had to clean first this morning. There's just too much pressure buildup in that crucible. But for this, it's just being patient right now. And waiting for this to heat up, dissolve, settle down, pour out new water. I probably need to do that a couple of times. So this is just just showing this process here, which is fortunately mobile, so I can just scoop it over this side. I can show. I can show a little bit of that sintered, flown over, bubbled over version, which I also made, which is truly a beautiful violet. Me too. Well, smaller batches are like I'm fine with the smaller crucibles, but I can pack 8 of them next to each other. If I have a pigment that works, like a pigment that just keeps working every single time, that is consistent in its recipe. Luckily this is very easy to crush. I can make bigger batches like this, I can invest in bigger crucibles, though I have 3 bigger crucibles. But this as a violet, it's not a lot of pigment. Let's take a little bit more. This is very light as well. I'm really pleased with this one. I also have my kiln back on. No, actually, this is a cobalt violet that I made myself the day before yesterday. And Rick, welcome. Let's get a proper brush for a proper swatch. Sorry, that wasn't visible on camera. But as you can see, just made this one. Same like that. And let's make this one this time. It is way deeper. This is probably a little bit. This is a little less deep. But you know, it's not mixed, it's not round yet, so there is a little bit of difference between the top of the what happened in the crucible and the bottom. Those are all elements, those are all variables I need to learn work with. The yellow. The green field, by the way, also that's a crucible lost on my side. The yellow that I made, one is a titanium orange-ish yellow, and one is a little bit more greenish. Both the same crucible, but one is in the back, one was in the front of the crucible. So that, I think the draft or the temperature difference had some influence on that. But this is beautifully granulating, as you can see. I really like this. Comparable with, well, this is a manganese violet, which is pinker, more red. This is a dioxazine violet, PV55 connector violet, which is too pink. I'm just not going to use this one. More on the blue side violet, but that's ultramarine. They have strontium violet, which is more blue, and so look, the regular cobalt violet that I have should be in here as well. Should be. Yes, but I want PV14. well, you know, PV14 is way too pink anyway, to compare to this. But that's a cobalt violet, so I did want to put this next to it. Probably have it somewhere else, or I can just can't find it right now. But the when we're looking at like the blue leaning violets, and just taking manganese violet out of the game here, the blue leaning violets are it's all different. It really is different. Good to know, Paolo. Healthy choices. But we can probably have a look at, let's have a, I'm just quickly looking at a PV16. Dot pen, it's not really enough for a dot pen, I think. I mean, I'm happy to do so. Happy to try. I was just quickly looking at what I could compare this with as a violet. So manganese violet, just looking at different versions of that. It's all on the more pink side. PV, no, let's go PV14. Oh, 14. There we go. I don't find anything that's like this. This is bluer. Anyone has any suggestions what this could be? Yeah, I made my, there we go. I made the sound a little, just, I dimmed it down a little bit because of my kiln and everything going on here. But this should be on, yeah, this is on. So this is heavily granulating. It is also, I think, way more tinting than regular violet deep. And it's a deeper, I want to say pure violet. I need to be very careful with statements like that. Because, you know, what is a pure violet? But it's not as blue as anything, or as magenta as anything, which was my aim actually, to go for a more magenta leaning one. I can probably tweak this one just a little bit more. Once I've cleaned it. Put the temperature off and it still rises. This one, I can just feel the heat coming off of this. So any that one is true. Any suggestions what this is, you know, what this looks like? Just looking at it like this, I think this actually better covers this lens. Let's just do it like this. Looking at it like this, what kind of violet is this? Apart from being like cobalt violet, but what can I compare it with? I think closest that comes to it would be a dioxazine violet. Let's put this one here as well. A dioxazine violet, which is more blue leaning, but that has a terrible drying shift and is staining and non-granulating. This one doesn't. This one is less blue than this, but if I look at some versions of this, this is too blue. Although I don't believe that this is pure dioxazine violet, but maybe 32. Wait, 32. Oh, 37. Wow, sorry, I'm confused. No, that's not it as well. Cobalt, magnesium, borat. So anyone else? Any suggestions? Let's have a any swatches available of that? It's a tungsten oxide. Which means I have that. That's interesting. Thank you very much for that, Rick. So if I would have seen this, I would have guessed like there's heavy granulation and it's a little bit blue leaning. I would have guessed like it's close to manganese violet. But if I hold that next to it, it's nothing like it. At least not the version that I have. Maybe there's different versions that I can try, but it looks familiar. Yet I can't place it. There's nothing I can see or find here that is close to it. Maybe Han purple. Like the swatch that is that is from Gamer here, but that's too blue. This is more red again. So can't we just, don't we have anything? Wait, I can try something. Oh, I can try this. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to actually close this, connect the Nix to my phone again for a change. Scan this, which is showing us this, and then I actually want to just export it as what name, cobalt oxide violet. This one for my collection. Okay. That could be very much possible as well, Gulchen. Just going to see if yes, that's the one, okay. I'm trying something. Alright, and so I've visualized my colors that I scanned a while back. This is my line of paint that I made. But I actually want to I'm mixing it. I'm heating it, Rick, and mixing it for the pigment to wash first. Compare. Can I? Let's quickly do. Can I just add something here? How can I add something? Oh, like this. Okay, here. This is the one. This is uploaded. Okay, so I just uploaded the scan from Nix, which puts it in the. Let's put this over here. what shall we do? Okay lab, okay lab. In the 320 range, and now I wanna are there any things I can compare it with? Okay, so if the 320 range here and here, so this is dioxazine violet and ultramarine violet are in the 310 range here. Let's compare that to watercolors, and then Roman, put that next to it, has a mix PV19 and PV29 that is in that same range. Change the brand, Schminke Hordam, there you go, which doesn't have anything in that range. I'm just taking some brands with like a large selection of watercolors. This is in that range. PW6 and PR122. It is a little bit closer to that. Thanks for joining, Gulchan, and have a good day at work. Clicking your swatch for color matching. Oh, there we go. This is way more convenient. So this is mine, and then we have a metallic violet. This is all not watercolor, is it? This is mine. Kramer pigments, ultramarine violet reddish, Caran d'Ache neo pastel, colored pencil, neo crayon, one that is less saturated, manganese violet that is definitely more red. It is more to this side, so that makes sense. So yeah, it's I think it is unique. Well, this is great, by the way, to compare colors. That's a great tool. So sometimes I really need to still kind of learn or look at what this website can do. Oh, you can. Oh, you have the. This is interesting. You can do it per medium as well. Ultramarine violet, ultramarine, watercolor paints. This would be mine. Ultramarine, acrylics, nothing close. So all mediums. Yeah. So that's interesting. Again, Tomas, thank you for making this amazing website. In the meantime, let's have a look how this is going. This is already cooling down. I'm going to let it settle down now as well. Because I want to change the water. So yeah, this is neat. So it's kind of in a custom colors, current line of paints, check. So if I look at my current line of paints, I now added the cobalt violet to it. Closest thing that I have is ultramarine, which is closest like in distance, not hue angle. What I am very happy with, to be honest, I was aiming for something between my ultimate goal was something between PV14 and PR122, so we could kind of fill this gap over here. But now I managed to get something that is also, it's not filling a gap that was needed per se, but it does fit into a place that I don't have any paints or pigments that would match that. And if we can also now compare it to not my current line of paints, but let's say dry pigments, and I think his largest swatched version is Kramer. We can compare it to that, and there's no zooming in this one, is there? No. So again, that ultramarine is just closest as a dry pigment, but preferably, I want to make something that is here, that it fills this. Either, like, I can't make it all the way here, I know that, but somewhere in this like very thin pizza slice that is empty, I want to make something there. I want to aim for something there. This is, oh. As you can see, not the nicest violet, especially when you compare it to that. In their molar weight, I just changed cobalt violet with cobalt carbonate. Adjusted the recipe to it, and it's giving me this instead of this. So basically, same cobalt coloring cobalt compounds. I think, if you can say it like that. From a different source, completely different reaction, which absolutely makes sense, but it is interesting nonetheless. So we'll just let that settle, and for now let's write everything down. Where is my pencil? There it is. This one was K32, and this was K34.1. This one is K36. This one is K36, and this one is K37. So yeah, I'm happy with how much of a deep violet without that grey wash that this had. It stays saturated. It's heavily granulating, which I like, which I really like in a color that really doesn't have a lot of granulating colors. And it gives something unique, but I still wanna make it more pink. Rick, well, some I I can. So I have. Let's put watercolor in this as well, and let's put like Daniel Smith, which also has a lot of. Mixes. Roman Small has a lot of unique pigments. Schmieke Oradam, great line of paint. And the more I add to this, oh sorry, I need to do this. The more I add to this circle, so I've added, like this is mine. The one without the letter in it is mine. But this is still thinly populated, as well as this part, like a very yellowish green. Yes, they can be mixed very easily, but as you can see, the more brands we're adding, another brand with a lot of watercolors. Let's Winsor & Newton has some other things as well. Da Vinci has some unique ones. Golden. So the more we start adding to this, the more we get kind of we see the boundaries of what is possible in pigment world. And then you have, like, this is Kramer, a dry pigment, fluorescent pink. Yeah, that falls all the way out of the chart, which is ridiculous. It has so much saturation. It's not like fast, obviously. As well as the opera pinks that are here. This is all opera pink. A vivid pink, or fluorescent added to it. All fluorescent dyes added to it. Well, we have the ultramarine pinks here, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's the one. That's all on the lower saturation side, but we do miss things in between here, as well as, like, there's an empty space here. Holbein, do they have some weird things we can add to it? Adding to the blues, still a lot of empty here. Still, there is one added here. Is that Holbein? That's Da Vinci. A very bright one, which is a dry pigment, fluorescent pigment. Let's get the fluorescent pigments out of here. Oh, that empties it a lot. So yeah, it's the blues also. We have the manganese blue new hue. Let's put my paints in it. So the best that I can do here is manganese blue. Mine here. These are more saturated. Peacock blue, and it's both Holbein. And it wouldn't be a surprise to me if they added dyes to it to get to that saturation. Because it's weird, because, you know, one that is most saturated in the lighter cyan side is my manganese blue. Core has one that is really close, manganese blue hue with PB15-3 and PG7, just underneath mine. But these being more saturated with just, you know, like the pigments is kind of weird. So I suspect there's a dye added to it. So yeah, this is kind of a map. You can map your own pigments, and yeah, there's not a lot of things, or at all actually, around the violet that I just made. But I want it to be more here. I want it to be more of a usable magenta instead of something that is not very well as a mixer as PV14. Or a little bit, like, maybe a little bit too reddish, like PR122 quinacridone magenta. Just something slightly lower in the circle. This is my second, literally, this is my second attempt of making this violet happen. This was my first one. This is my second one. I will clean this, add a little bit more phosphate to it, hopefully to improve the reaction, to steer a little bit more towards that magenta instead of the it's more bluish. It's more like a grey violet blue at the moment, which I don't mind. It's not what I'm after, and it needs to be washed thoroughly still, and maybe, you know, a second calcination to get the pigment crystal structure properly lined in again, to improve the saturation, which might help in this case. So yeah, there's another journey here in this. I still love the blue that I made. So yeah, this is this. I'm going for lunch. So I'm going to go now. I'll keep you posted during today. Maybe I'll be later. I'll be live later on today. I'm not quite sure if I will be, but just make sure to like this stream and to turn on notifications if you already follow me. If you don't follow me, just subscribe to my channel, so you'll be notified when I go live again. Since I like going live better with the process I'm in right now than making videos. I am working on a video, but it's not about my own pigments. That's one is on the list as well. But just sharing my process live like this, unfiltered, and just, you know, my train of thoughts shared here, and showing the results and comparing it as I would do for myself. Yeah, I like this format. Hopefully you guys do too. Rick, have a great night, and yeah, hopefully see you soon. Thanks, Paolo, appreciate it. Happy to do so, and I hopefully I can steer this the right direction. But violet is a completely different territory than the green, in all ways possible. So yeah, there's that. Thanks for joining, guys, and hopefully see you soon.